Welcome back, everybody. You want to make sure that you have a brush that is super precise and then a brush just a little bit thicker to help blend out. I'm using Fenty Beauty in Amber and I'm literally almost out. But first, I'm going to spray my face with some setting spray. I'm starting off with foundation so that I have a clean base to work on, and I'm just going to blend that in all the way up into my eyes and into my eyebrows a little bit. So I start off with a thinner brush and then I like placing a line under my nose so that it gives me a lift. And then you want to do sort of like an inverted triangle and make sure that it's as even as possible on both sides so that it doesn't look even more crooked. And my camera kind of went out of focus, but I make sure to connect the lines and I'm careful not to add too much product on that like middle part of my nose because if I add too much, it makes my nose look bigger and then it just does the opposite of what we want. But then I take the bigger brush and I blend it out just a little bit, but I also take the Beauty Blender to help more. And then we're back with the thinner brush just for two little lines to make sort of like a button nose effect. And we always want to remember not to overdo it with the product because it's not going to change the shape of what's already there. We're just accentuating our natural beauty. And I'm also just making the lines a little bit darker and then I go in with my powder just to clean up the sides a bit and under the nose to give it a little bit more of a lift. And this step is kind of extra just if you want it a little darker if you happen to be taking photos. So with the lighter color on the right, I make an L shape on my nose and I blend it out with my finger. I make the shape as even as I can on both sides. And I kind of try to put it everywhere else too and under my eyebrows just to blend it all together. And then I realized my eyebrows weren't as filled in as I wanted them to be, and that can also make a big effect on how your nose looks. If you want it to look just a little thinner, you want your eyebrows closer together, and if you want it wider, just farther apart. And my final step is just to accentuate my freckles on my nose, and boom. So that pretty much completes my nose contour routine, and I forgot one crucial step. This one isn't an absolute must, and I used to use like a rosier color, but for the summertime I've been using this light pink by Kylie, and it's kind of dirty because I just throw it in my makeup box, but it's Winter Kiss. You can like press it in or like feather it on, whatever, but either works. And yeah, there you have it. Now that completes my nose contour routine. And I do this while I'm doing my makeup. Typically, it's like my middle-ish step, but I just did it here at the end so that I could show you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the voiceover as well.